was working. It looks like the stream went offline and then has reconnected. I should check it on a device with a separate connection. Looks like we're back up. Not sure what happened there. I'll figure it out later. Don't know how long that was down for. But yeah, if looks like everyone might have dropped off. But anyway, I shall continue. I don't know whether that's going to be in a separate VOD from last time, but I've basically just been. It's almost my finishing up time anyway, but essentially I've been looking at what the setting some costs on the RoboParts. So I've got budget legs, 1 metal, 10 energy, standard legs, do 3 metal, and could just do it proportional 30 energy. I guess just a basic part is going to have a installation energy cost. Like in installation and manufacture energy costs, whereas something like a laser that would cost probably make it cost like a moderate amount of metal but much higher energy. Like if you want to add a laser, you gotta pay for it, and then shield, that's going to be more metal heavy and but not too high on energy. So like it's not going to be 10 times. Maybe make it 5 times. I'll do 40 energy for that. Oh, and build time. Okay. So budget legs, quick to build, 1 second. I'll do standard legs, take 3 seconds. Shield, pretty simple. So just take a bunch of metal and make it into a shape. So let's say that's pretty simple. It's simpler than building legs, for sure. Not that these should necessarily be logic-based, they should just be based on what I decide. So I will make it, yeah, I'll do it too. Lasers, they're a bit more complicated than a set of legs, so let's have them take 4 seconds, maybe 5. Okay, there's stream elements chiming in. Now that the stream is back up. Yes, it looks like now I've added costs to all of these. So I'm kind of ready to add those in the factory. So I'm only using the base cost at the moment. Somewhere down here, hopefully not collapsed. Yeah, we're progressing the build. Possible metal and build. Oh yeah, that's like total. Okay, so basically now we've got the metal and energy costs, but I can't just use the base costs. I should be using the total cost. Oh, that's interesting. I don't actually need a not implemented exception there. So I think I'll just make these don't need to be private. They're already private by default. There's no modifier. Because We got the base robot metal cost. I want the total robot metal cost. Could even make that as a read-only property. But anyway, so basically we're going to, yeah, we'll grab that. That's what we got right now. So if I just do that. Grab that at the start of here. So every frame it'll check the cost. This might do weird things if a build is in progress and it gets like past the amount of progress that it would need to like if it's nearly done and then you take a part off, it'll make a robot with that part missing, unless it's unless I lock in the blueprint when it starts manufacturing the robot. That way it can program it with a routine when it leaves, but it's like just before it leaves the factory, but basically it's going to, whatever the blueprint is when it starts manufacturing, it could just use that. So interesting. I have to think about how that's going to be coordinated. But I could have it actually go through stages, like build the chassis, build this part, build that part, and then if you replace a part, then it might just need to kind of restart that part. Like you'd end up with a robot that has the wrong part on. And actually that might be fine. Then you get the robot just, well, we put the wrong part on, send it out, get the next one right. Okay, so I'll do the same sort of thing with the energy cost here. Okay, there we go. So that is now using these totals, but the totals are wrong because they have not factored in any of this. And I'll just put like a little to-do here for future me. Did I hit the wrong thing? Yes, I did. There we go, that would be cool. Especially with a UI that shows the progress of the build, shows what's currently being put together. So yeah. All right, so let's get these working So basically we need to add the cost parts. Oh, I also need to do the same with the build time. As well here. Base robot build time seconds. There we go. So basically just do another like this. Same sort of thing. But it's going to be build time. Should be doing that. And then using this instead of this. Yep. There we go. All right. Now the cost for the parts, it's going to depend on a blueprint. And each of the parts in that blueprint. I could actually have the I could change how the iterator is defined for that, so it'll skip anything that is any part that is null. I think that's actually that would work. That'll work well because the only places I'm using it, I'm actually only wanting to know about the parts that are defined. I'll consider that. Might need a bit more thought in case it would break something, but it would basically mean I don't need this here since I'm only getting the defined ones. Yeah, so we want to start with that. We start with the base robot metal cost. And we're going to return that cost. But we're going to add the metal cost of every part onto it. So that's that. And then we're basically going to do exactly the same thing with energy. So just need to change this to the base energy and this to be the energy cost. And then same thing for time here. Nope, that's not the whole thing. Grab all that. Same thing there for time. How'd that get there? Oops. Broken. Fixed. Okay, so we got the build time. We're adding the time, build time. I will rename that to time. Yeah, that looks like it should all work. So I could have it a lot more advanced where it'll start building the chassis. That'll be with whatever upgrades you've got. And then go start building each part based on whatever is in the blueprint at the time. And then at any point, if it has built the whole chassis and all of the parts, then it will spawn the robot. Oh, that doodly doot means that I'm at time. But I think I've lost everyone off, possibly off the stream anyway when it cut out. Anyway, let's just see if we get these builds now potentially using up more resources and maybe using resources at a faster rate than we should be. I mean, well, faster rate than the factories can support. Looks like these are building slower. There's just that's a little doot there. Is that doot? Where are you? Boop, sorry. His name is Boop. You're different. One named Dude. Yeah, we're spawning at different times because we've got different parts on. So that makes sense. So what I could do, we got these two spawning at the same time. What have they got on? I've got to reselect that to fix that. Where was it? Here and here? No. Different legs. Yeah, I'm looking at these bars here. So those are all, I think those are basically all spawning at the same rate because they've got the same thing. This one's different, is it? No, these over here are all the same. So they're probably the ones to use it on. Oh, I see. There's just these with nothing on them. They've like literally just got budget legs and they just go forward. That's actually a winning strategy right now. So that's okay. That's imbalanced, but balance is not part of this stage of development. So it's basically just like cheap kamikaze bots. Good. And actually, parts should add collision damage. Interesting. I'm thinking that if I just were to make... So what's going on here? Why are we so slow to manufacture here? Is it the standard legs? Do these guys have standard legs? If I swap to budget legs here, is that going to be good? Because then we'll have a faster spawn rate than them. That's kind of weird because... Oh, I know what it was. I was wondering why this track here, like this factory and that factory over there, they should be the same. They were the same. But yeah, we had Boop sitting here malfunctioning, and so probably a couple of these guys ran into it, and that just gave the enemy the upper hand. But now we should have a faster spawn rate. So that should actually slowly allow these to claw their way back. But if we're not using our shield for any shielding, then we'll probably take the shield off, get our spawn rate even faster, and make good use of that laser. We might have a good chance here. Yes. I think I can even do one more laser so that it's stacked up properly. Omega Killer, you're back. I don't know what happened. I just noticed that the chat wasn't connected, and then I noticed the stream wasn't on. But yes, it's back. But I am nearly finished. I don't know how long it was out for, but I've just got these build costs being calculated, build cost and time, and it's working. So that's fantastic. Basically, I've been able to get this track because Boop was sitting here malfunctioning and these guys all ran into it. This factory was, even though they were making the same thing, they were starting to destroy this one just with laser blasts before spawn happened. But now I've turned the tide by making them cheap and just make good use of the lasers. So it actually matters. See, this strategy has worked. This one was just making cheap kamikaze bots that literally just have budget legs and that's it. And that worked. I can try the same thing here. Just don't need that. Don't need that. Too expensive. Go for the cheap ones. And now we can overwhelm them with superior spawn rate. And they'll actually, I'll get rid of that fire laser, so they're just doing walk forward. And now we can possibly defeat them with our little kamikaze bots. So is there a strategy to counter that? I'm not too worried about balance and strategies at this point because it's still early days. Can you fire lasers fast enough to defeat those if you... Let's get rid of the shield and get cheap legs and just do a bunch of lasering there. That should be enough lasering. Let's see if that works against the kamikazes. Oh, I can actually make one improvement too. We'll walk forward after the lasers. That way they'll sit there, start firing. That could work. Oh, actually we've got even more time for lasering. Really? Because the build takes a little bit longer. Where's our build bar? There it is behind there. Just increasing. So yeah, it looks like they might be able to at least hold off these things that are just rushing in with the old Zerg rush. But what's going on up here? What are these making? They're just making double shield bots. Well, that's going to be costing twice for the shield, but the shield only works one time. So let's switch to budget legs and a shield and see if I can get them to... don't try and do that. Just do a bunch of shielding, maybe. Yeah. Shields are pretty quick to make, but they just cost metal. So far, I haven't seen any resource limitation on these. Any of these? These walls are invincible. They'll never destroy them. Should make it so you can destroy them and your bots can escape, but there's no reason to, just for something extra to do. Or maybe an Easter egg. If you get a bot to here, then you get an achievement. And just give that like 1,000,000 hit points or something. Yeah. So I haven't really confirmed my build costs so far, because I've got basically the base cost. Base metal cost is 10. Base build time is 5 seconds. So that's going to consume 10 metal over 5 seconds. If you were to add a shield, that adds 2 seconds, so 7 seconds. But now you're using 20 metal over 7 seconds. And if I go back to the factory and the production, 20 over 7 seconds. If the production was 3 per second, then it would be 21 every 7 seconds, so you're never going to run out. So I'll just switch that down to 2. I'll do that in the prefab actually, rather than mess with that. Wait, have I already messed with it? It's the same. So yeah, I'll set that in the prefab. Set that down to like 2 and 20. So there is actually a potential for resource limitation. Just so I can see that working. So then, yeah, I think if you're making a shield bot, it should use up metal faster than you make it. And if you make a laser bot, it might use up energy faster than you make it, perhaps. Not quite sure. So let's I'll reselect that because there's that bug. So let's make shield bots here. Let's make laser bots there. We already are. Oh, the legs. I didn't think of the leg cost, but let's just do the cheapest legs. That will add 1 second. And then are we going to be going up in metal and energy? Or are they going to be the limiting factor? Doesn't look like they're particularly going up. Here we go. Like metal is creeping up in this one. What is this making? That's just making sort of standard bots. So the metal is able to creep up there. If I gave them budget legs, it'd go up faster, I think. Well, maybe not, actually. I probably should start to put the costs on there. I can display the costs somewhere. And actually then I could have the total, like, you know, metal, energy, build time, and then like the rate per second or something on there. That'd be interesting. So yeah, that's going up. Energy's staying quite low. So now there's like a build time, like a standard build time if you're not resource constrained. But looks like energy's going up slightly there. So this one will be not resource constrained, I think. But if I add a shield on there, that'll use up a bunch more metal from this. So you might see the metal going down, 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 down. Yeah, it's just like ticking down a little bit there. So that's interesting. Okay, well, I better finish up the stream there now that that is all working. I'm quite pleased with that. There's just that one major bug, which is the first time you open this, it doesn't work. After that, it does work. So if I select this and then open it, it'll show that bot. Select this one and open it. That'll show the different one. But yeah, that's playable now. So I think I'll kick off a build as soon as I finish the stream. And hopefully that will all go smoothly and end up on itch. So yeah, jump onto itch.io and give it a go. And I'll fix that next time. So let me stop that there, get this done that. And I'll just add a new item here, which is bug, blueprint editor, empty when first opened. Yes, that link to the itch is just there, but I should put it somewhere. I'll put it in chat over here. Hey? Why don't I open it here and then paste it in chat? Trying to make sure that I'm not staying up too late, so I'll just kind of start the build and then go and check it in the morning. That's what we want. Command bots. So this is quite an old build right now, so hopefully it'll be a new one soon. There we go. Takes about 10 minutes. So basically, if you see this, yes, I'll go through and do that. I'll even make myself a sticky note for the morning. I'll do it on this color. That's a good idea now that I've got something that's actually playable. Sweet. I'm going to end the stream. I'll start a build. Give it 10 or 15 minutes, and then you should be able to just reload this, and hopefully it'll work. Cross fingers. Otherwise, I will fix any bugs in the next stream. Thank you for watching, and hopefully that weird dropout didn't lose too much. So, ta-ta for now, and I'm going to cross my fingers and start this build.